Hey, everybody, welcome to another Tie Guy Trivia Night. We're just in here having a little conversations, waiting to get another person to come in. So far, we got Mike Florida, Michigan man. We got Joey Foster, West Virginia. And we got Sergeant Pickles, Washington Huskies. How we doing tonight, guys?
Doing great.
I'm doing great if man's never hang in there.
You guys already know why, but I'm sitting, sipping my good scotch. It's a good night.
Hey, that's a huge win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I'm happy because I'm watching Colorado. They're tied with the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chicago.
I'm going for Colorado.
Yeah. I was happy they won the cup last year. That was a fun series.
Yeah, that's who I was rooting for.
Yep. Yeah,
Hey,
assuming my
Anthony, how
team
are
makes
you
the
tonight?
playoff. Just to win a playoff series would be a good thing for me.
Yeah. Well, maybe this year, the way you guys started off, maybe this year's the year you can get to the playoffs. And
they're in a very good position to do so, and I think they'll be pretty competitive if they get there.
Hey, John, how are you tonight? We got John Jansen. We got Quixer Squid. Anybody in the chat, would you guys like to come in and answer a trivia card? We're just going to mess around tonight and just do a little bit of trivia if you guys want to show off your knowledge or see how well you think you can do.
I'm in here, so you're guaranteed to not finish last.
John says, I am good. He must be like me, not a real good trivia guy. I understand that.
Somebody have TV infomercials playing in the background?
There's the TV in the other room, I think.
John, no, it's Trivial Pursuit. So it's Genesis Edition. It's the 10th anniversary, and I also got a Decades that have questions from 2010 to 2020. So, and then next week I'll have 7 other trivia games. So we're gonna have more newer cards. I do have sports trivia, though, but unfortunately, sports trivia was made in 1983, so those cards are a little hard if you're not an old fart like me. That's the problem with the sports one, man. You gotta know all the 60s, 70s, sometimes 50s.
I'll take the 1910s for $100.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got one trivia game coming that nobody will want to play. Maybe you, Joey, but it's Baby Boomers, and it's nothing but 1950s and 60s movies and TV shows, and I'll kick butt in the TV shows. I know a bunch of the movies, but. Oh, John said he wants to come in and try one. Like I said, John, don't feel bad if you don't do well. I got questioned, and trust me, we've had people with 0 many times.
It's not the ones I missed that I'm upset about. It's the ones that somebody snags right before me, Mr. Joey Foster.
You can move over. Move Sergeant over before me.
No, well, Joey, you're my excuse if I don't know.
Tonight we're just doing cards. You're going to get your own
double-edged sword.
Oh, we get to pick our own card tonight?
Double-edged sword being after Joey, because if you don't know, you won't look like an idiot for having to guess.
Yeah. All right, Mike, we're going to start with you real quick. Do you want a Genesis card, Do you want a 10th anniversary card or do you want a decades card?
I'll start with 10th anniversary.
All right, here's your 10th anniversary. Hey, John, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Do you got a minute? I'm going to have Mike do a card first, and then I'll ask you a card, okay?
Yep.
All right, this is the 10th anniversary card, Mike. First question is geography. What river does the Grand Coulee Dam dam?
Colorado.
Colorado is incorrect. Does anybody know the answer?
Yes,
What is it, Sergeant Pickles?
that would be the mighty Columbia
Columbia is correct.
in Washington State.
All right, Mike Ford. The next
Wait,
one
there,
is
Mike.
entertainment. Who was the first woman to anchor a TV network evening newscast?
Katie Couric.
Who was the other one? It wasn't her. Who's the other woman you know?
Connie Chung.
Go back older.
Oh, dear God.
She just died.
Yeah, she just passed away.
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters was correct.
Man, I'm doing shit tonight.
All right, here's your history question. Take a deep breath and don't overthink this one. You'll get this one. What Chicago citizen once declared, "Public service is my motto"?
Sounds like Barry Obama. Oh wait, no, wait. We're in the 90s now.
Yeah, this is 91 and back. Who think of the most popular Chicago citizen you ever knew, and he declared, "Public service is my motto"?
Very famous.
Very, very famous.
Yep. Probably the most famous person from Chicago outside of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
There's a few answers. I'll go Oprah.
You went who?
Oprah.
No, think way back in time in the 20s.
What, like a gangster or something?
Yeah, Al Capone.
The gangster.
Yeah, the gangster.
Geez, I'm 0 for 3. I can't remember if I've ever been 0 for 3 before.
No, this card's been tricky for you. All right, now we're going to go on to the hard category, the art and literature. What Irish-born playwright was sentenced to 2 years of hard labor for homosexuality?
Oscar Wilde.
That is correct. See, you got the hard category, Mike. What's going on?
All I know is that I didn't want to go 0 for 6 my first time ever.
There you go. Okay. Well, now you're going to get 2 in a row. This is science and nature. What must be exceeded to produce a sonic boom?
You have to be faster than the speed of sound.
The speed of sound is correct. All right. Here's a sports and leisure. What spice costs chefs the most per pound?
Ooh.
Hey, Paxton, tonight we're playing Trivial Pursuit. So I got trivia cards. You pick which edition you want to play, so the categories will be changing.
Because there are some expensive spices. I know cinnamon is expensive. I know saffron is expensive.
Which one of those two are more expensive?
I think saffron is more expensive.
There you go. You started 0 for 3 and finished 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike.
I guess, yeah, it could have been worse, I guess.
All right, John. I have the Trivial Pursuits. I have the Genesis edition. Those questions are 1981 and back. I have the 10th anniversary, which Mike just did. It's 1991 and back. And I also have the Decades game. It's 2010 to 2020.
The decade. Yes.
All right. The first category. Let me look at this. I keep forgetting what the categories are because I just got this game a couple months ago and haven't played it but a few times on here. Okay, the first category is playlist.
Okay.
What mockumentary kids show starred actor-musician brothers Alex and Nat Wolff before they recorded as a pop duo?
I have no idea.
I don't have an idea either.
Yeah,
Sergeant Mike,
Skip
Joe.
me.
Not a chance.
Okay, it was called the Naked Brothers Band.
Oh,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, no. This one's a hard. I mean, okay. The next category is binge-worthy.
Okay.
So this is more TV shows. And who directed Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis in the psychological ballet thriller Black Swan?
I don't know. I don't even have a good guess.
Okay. Mike, Sergeant Pickles, Joey, do you guys have a guess?
no, but I'm sure it's one. As soon as you say it, we're all going to recognize the
I
name.
would guess M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, no, it's Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah,
Never
Darren
heard of him.
Aronofsky.
Yeah.
Not who I would have guessed at all.
Yeah. Like I said, on this card, I would have got 1 out of the 6.
Jeez.
Okay. The next, or no, 2 out of 6. I'm sorry. The next question is news alert. What nonprofit organization produced the viral video Kony 2012? Kony is spelled like Sony, but with a K. Kony.
Wow. Another one I have no idea.
John, I'm right there with you because I got none of these right. Mike, Sergeant Pickles, Joey, do you guys know the nonprofit organization?
That's the one about Uganda. That's the one about Uganda, but I don't remember what it was called.
Let's say
Not
Knights
like
of Columbus.
Not the Red Cross.
Anybody remember? It was one about Uganda.
It was called Invisible
I
Children.
think.
Huh.
That's
take
it.
your word for it.
Children. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. In what movie does Tom Hanks portray Miracle on the Hudson captain Chelsea Sullenberg?
Oh. What you know what movie is it?
Yeah, what movie does Tom Hanks portray Miracle on the Hudson, Captain Chelsea Sullenberger? You know the name of the movie?
I remember the event happening, but I don't know the like name of the movie though.
Okay. Mike, Sergeant Pickles, Joey, you guys remember the movie?
Sully.
It was called
I
Foley.
remember the movie.
Yeah,
Yep,
his,
it was called
shortened
Sully.
his name.
All right, John. This next question, you're going to get a 1 in 3 chance. So
Okay.
it's multiple choices. So you got 3 chances.
Yay.
And this, have you been watching my show very long, John?
About months, I
Okay.
would say.
Well, we talk about this game. We've been talking about this game the last 2 to 3 weeks, big time. So,
Okay.
which of the following board games did not get a movie adaptation in the 2010s? Was it Battleship? Was it Risk? Or was it Ouija? So, which one of those 3 did not have a movie?
I will say it is Risk.
Risk is correct because we've been talking about doing a game of Risk one day.
Yay, I got one
Yeah.
correct.
They should have made Risk a movie instead of Battleship.
Yeah, exactly. All right, John, the last category is called Break the Internet.
Mm-hmm.
What endless runner game was the most downloaded mobile app game of the decade?
What decade is it? Is it
It's between 2010 and 2020.
okay? Man, it's a running game.
Yeah, what endless runner game was the most downloaded mobile app game of the decade?
I do have a guess. Hemp. And I am at it because I stutter whenever I speak a bit.
Okay.
Is it Temple Run?
Temple Run is incorrect.
Oh.
Good guess.
Yeah, I mean that was a better guess than what I
I got
would
a
have guessed.
guess. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right, but I got a guess. A game that
All
I
right,
play
great.
is called Subway Surfers. Is it Subway Surfers?
It's Subway Surfers. I've never heard of that.
I used to love that game. I played that game like crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's. I have no idea what that game is even about.
Yeah.
I've never even attempted that
Oh
one.
man, you ought to try it, Jeff. You'd like the game. It's a lot of fun.
How they get you, Jeff. That's how it becomes the most popular.
Yeah, well, it was kind of funny because yesterday, Monday. Monday. I had a woman hit me up on Facebook Messenger. She's like, long time no see. She goes, how have you been? And I'm like, I've been okay. Why? I go, who is this? And she goes, oh, you know me because of Nancy. And I said, okay, that's cool. Who's Nancy? And she goes, don't play with me. You know who Nancy is. I'm like, no, I really don't know who Nancy is. And she goes, dude, it's your sister. And I'm like, I only have one sibling and it's a guy. And his name is Justin. I said, I think you got the wrong. And she's like, no, you're messing with me. I'm like, no, I'm not. And she's like, well, I know you live over on Sky Ridge. And I'm like, Sky Ridge? What city is that? I've never lived on anywhere called Sky. And she went on for like 10 minutes swearing to God she knew who I was. And finally, I got her convinced that I'm not who you think I am.
You could have started with, "I literally live in Mexico."
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Well, I told her like 3 minutes into this, I said, this is my real name. And I said, I know you're thinking of the wrong one because I'm an asshole and people don't come looking for me. I'm literally an ass. So if you're looking for me, I either owe you money or, you got a kid and you want child support. I said, other than that, most people don't come looking for me, All right, Sergeant Pickles, would you like a Genesis question, a 10th anniversary, or a decades?
Let's go 10th anniversary. Why not?
All right, here we go. First category is going to be geography.
Have we had that card before?
We had that card before.
Okay. It's all right, though. I don't pay attention very much.
Wow. Okay. Where was the Vosges Mountains? I'll spell this for you over in private chat because I'm not good with this language. Vosges.
Oh, shoot. My only guess would be like France, I guess.
There you go. My French sucks, so you got that right. All right, we got John back.
Oopsies.
Welcome back, John. Okay, you got the first one right, Sergeant Pickles. So let's go to the second one. Now, I don't know. Did you ever watch any Western TV shows when you were little?
A little bit, because Tombstone was my grandpa's favorite.
Okay, well, maybe you'll have a chance with this one.
Maybe.
Who reared his horse to the William Tell Overture?
Oh, jeez.
The Lone Ranger?
The Lone Ranger is correct.
It's about the only one I could have come up with.
Well, I figured if you watched any Cowboys, you would know that one.
Well, he's famous for more recent things too.
Okay, now this one's kind of hard because this woman's been divorced like 30 times, but
oh, is it the same one from the other day we were talking about?
Yeah, it's the same woman. It's just a different person. The history question, which has nothing to do with history, but who did Elizabeth Taylor divorce 10 days before she married Richard Burton?
Famed NASCAR driver Dick Trickle.
No.
Nope.
Does anybody know who it was?
Eddie Fisher.
Eddie Fisher is correct. Now, here's a question, Sergeant Pickles or Mike or John. I know Joey does. Do you guys know who Richard Burton was, right?
The name, I'm sure I'd recognize him if I saw him.
He was the original host of Family Feud.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
And he starred on Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, he was in other movie and
Richard
TV
Dawson.
things too, right?
That's Richard Dawson, not
Richard
Richard
Dawson. I'm
Burton.
sorry, not Burton. Burton is the other guy. I get them mixed up. Richard Burton was in movies. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking Dawson for some reason, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you had me thinking it too.
Huh?
Oh, he was.
You had me thinking Mr.
Emperor
Dawson
and
too when you
Cleopatra.
said that.
I don't know. When I read that, I thought Dawson for some reason. I'm like, oh, yeah, man. All right, Sergeant Pickles, art and literature. Whose books include Breakfast of Champions, Cat's Cradle, and Slapstick?
Oh God. I haven't the slightest idea.
Sorgi, I will have to Google translate that. That says hello, Thai guy in French. Awesome. You don't even have a guess, Sergeant Pickles?
No, none at all. None that would be from that time period.
Does anybody know who wrote those books?
Mark Twain.
Don't have a
No.
clue.
It was Kurt Van Gogh's Jr.
Okay. I have not heard that name before.
All right.
Okay.
Science and nature. What bodily function can reach the breakneck speed of 200 miles an hour?
A sneeze.
Sneeze is correct.
Wow.
All right. So if you get this right, you're going to go 4 out of 6, and I know you'll get this one right. Here's sports and leisure. What are AC Milan, Ajax, and Real Madrid?
What are they?
Yep.
Soccer clubs?
Soccer teams is correct.
That's Ajax. You
I
said
would say
Ajax like
Ajax.
the cleaner.
Oh,
I say
okay.
Ajax too.
I
I
say
assume-
Ajax. I'm sorry. I speak redneck. I don't speak proper English.
I assumed if you didn't speak French, you definitely didn't speak Dutch.
Yeah. Yeah, no. All right, Joey, which one of these cards would you like?
I'm gonna be honest. We'll try one, but I don't know how this is gonna work because half of these questions you're asking are breaking up for me really bad, and I haven't. I've heard like maybe 2 questions the whole time.
All right.
Go ahead and give
Worst
me
case,
the
he can-
81 and back. The Kenneth.
He can type them into chat if that helps.
Let's see
Maybe.
how he let's
Nah.
let's see if he hears this. Wrong card. Okay. What statue overlooks Piccadilly Circus?
Oh God.
Say it again.
What statue overlooks Piccadilly Circus?
I think I know who it is. Maybe.
Oh, that's the Shaftesbury Memorial, isn't it? Is that what you said, Piccadilly Circus?
Yep. What statue overlooks it?
Yeah, Shaftesbury Memorial.
No. Sergeant Pickles, do you think you know?
Is it the one of Lord Admiral Nelson?
No.
Little Mermaid.
It's in
Yeah.
London.
It's Eros.
Oh.
Oh well.
All right. Here we go with entertainment, Joey. What's the model name and number of the spacecraft's computer in 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Oh, come on.
You're gonna have to read
The
it
only-
again, Tiger. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Read it one more time.
He only says this about 1,000 times in the movie. What's the model name and number of the spacecraft's computer in 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I can't remember the name. I'm not sure the number.
He's got to get the whole exact name or it doesn't count.
Yeah. Roger Dodger, you're close.
It's really breaking up. But I'm gonna be
Here,
able
I'll
to do
type,
it.
I'll type it in private chat. Give me 1 second.
I'm doing the best I can here. Okay, there you go. Let's see. What's the model name and number? Oh, that was Aries 1B lunar.
That is incorrect.
Did you
It was,
hear
it
me?
was Hal, wasn't it?
HAL 9000.
I was
Hal
gonna say, I think it was
9000.
9,000, but I knew it was Hal, but I wasn't positive on 9,000.
Yep, it was Hal 9000. Roger was close. Roger Dodger, he said Hal 2000.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought it was 9,000, but I was not
Yeah,
positive.
HAL 9000. The ending of that movie, I will never understand. It is so bizarre, and you clearly need to be on drugs
I have
to
never
watch it.
seen it.
It's
I've
very
never
bizarre.
seen that
Oh,
movie.
yeah. All right, Joey, here's a history question. Let's see if you hear this one or I'll type it. Who did photographer Heinrich Hoffmann introduce to Adolf Hitler in 1929? Who did photographer Heinrich Hoffmann introduce to Adolf Hitler in 1929?
I don't have a clue who he introduced to him. I heard the question, but I have no clue.
I got to guess.
Who did he introduce, Sergeant Pickles?
Wife?
Wasn't it Walt Disney?
No.
Oh, dang it.
I
Mike?
guess his wife.
Ava Braun was correct.
Oh.
Ah, good one.
Yeah. Okay, Joey. Art and literature. What was the color of Christ's hair in St. John's vision?
Say that one more time.
What was the color of Christ's hair in St. John's vision?
Oh, it was white.
White is correct. Science and nature. Who was known as the Prince of Light?
One more time.
Who was known as the Prince of Light?
Prince of Light was Saint Michael.
This is science and nature?
This is science and nature.
Huh.
Science and
Joey-
nature?
You guessed who?
I said Saint Michael.
St. Michael is incorrect.
What the heck?
Does-
Prince of Light.
Does anybody else know?
Is it a person?
Yeah, it's a person.
No
That
clue.
doesn't make any sense. Charles Darwin.
The only other one I could think of would be Thomas Edison. But
Thomas Edison. Roger Dodger was correct. It is Thomas Edison.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Even though he stole most of his ideas from other people.
Okay, now this is an old card. So remember, this is 1981. Sports and leisure. What team has lost the most Super Bowls?
Oh, we just had that question.
Easy.
well, back in the day, it was Minnesota. But
That's who it is, Joey.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's. I see what you mean
Yeah,
now.
they lost like 4.
Well, today you've got the Bills who've lost 4, and so other teams have moved on and lost, but they were the first. They were the first to do it. All right, John, would you like to try another card?
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you like? Would you like Genesis, which Joey just did, the 10th anniversary, or the decades, 2010 to 2020?
Let's try
Genesis? Okay.
yes.
Here we go. Good luck. What city would you visit to see the Kon-Tiki raft? What
Oh.
city would you visit to see the Kon Tiki Tiki raft?
I've never heard of it, so I don't know.
All right, Mike, Sergeant Pickles, Joey, do you know what city it would be?
I need a hint. Is it in the city where the guy was from? Probably.
I thought it was where Jeff was at.
No,
No, it's either like Oslo or
It's in South America somewhere.
it's Oslo. It's
I was about to
Oslo.
say, he's either Norwegian or Swedish. It was the guy
Yeah.
who built the raft was Norwegian.
Yeah, he was Norwegian, so
I couldn't remember which of those two countries he was from. So it was Oslo. Okay.
yep.
There's a really good movie about that too.
All right, John, this one's a tricky one. This is entertainment. Who did the MGs back up? And that's just M and then G. Who did the MGs back up?
MG.
Yeah, I would have never got this one.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Anybody else know who the MGs backed up?
Not a chance.
It was Booker T. Oh, Gumby Too Sexy come in here. He got it right off the bat. He said Booker T. Good job, Gumby.
Like
All
the
right.
wrestler?
No, this was before Booker T, the wrestler.
Okay, I'm so confused.
All right, John, think back to your history knowledge, okay?
Okay.
What was Uncle Sam's biggest real estate deal?
Uncle Sam was a USA guy.
Yep. They call America Uncle Sam, you know, Uncle Sam when you want you and this and that. So it's the U.S.
Yeah.
So what was the U.S.'s biggest real estate deal?
Real estate is housing. So
Or
Is it
land.
Did you
Think
study
of
Thomas
land.
Jefferson? You know
it's
Thomas
land.
Jefferson?
The Louisiana.
Louisiana Purchase is correct, John.
He's got it.
Oh yay! I got it!
Good job, John.
Yay!
Good job, John.
2 cents an acre. Best deal ever.
I thought that was Alaska was 2 cents an acre.
Oh, I might have. Yeah, you might
That
be
was
right. I might
Alaska.
have
Alaska
mixed up.
broke down to 2 cents an acre. All right, John. This is kind of a trick question. It's art and literature. It's kind of in the wording, so if you just think about it a minute, you should be able to get this. Do you know Latin at all? Have you ever learned Latin?
Yeah.
Okay. What does the Latin phrase errare humanum est mean?
It's a famous saying.
It's a famous saying. Everybody says this.
Yep.
Must I believe it's in. So it's in something. I'm not exact. I don't.
It's way closer than you would think.
Yeah. I mean, listen to the phrase one more time. Errare humanum est. When you hear the first word, what do you think?
I think of air. Like oxygen air.
Okay, no. That's not right.
Okay. No.
Sergeant Pickles, you want to tell them what it is?
To err is human.
To err is human.
Oh, now that makes
Yeah, it's
sense.
way closer than you would think.
Uh,
Okay. Here is science and nature.
We've had all these crazy language ones trying to mess us up.
I know. I mean, okay, science and nature, John. What metal makes up 10% of yellow gold?
Ooh.
what?
What metal makes up 10% of yellow gold?
Not Miss. I don't know. It's not copper. It's
You
not.
said copper?
Yeah.
There you go. It's copper.
Wait.
You got it. It was copper.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah. 10% of the yellow and gold is copper.
Wow. Copper is not really a yellow, though.
The problem is most people think of copper as green because of the oxidation and the set, I mean, it changes,
Yeah.
but it is it does make up 10% of the yellow in the gold.
Wow, I'm so surprised.
Okay, here's the last question, John. It's it's sports and leisure.
Yay.
How many innings constitute an official baseball game?
Oh.
So how many innings do they have to play before it's considered a full game?
I will go.
5? It is 5.
Yes.
There you go, John. You got 3 out of 6 on that one, John. Good job.
Yay! I did better
Way to go, John.
than I thought I did.
See, John, and you were worried coming in here you wouldn't get any right, and
This is a tough set of questions, too.
yeah, I mean that wasn't the easiest set of questions, and you just got half of them right. Good job.
Yay!
All right, Sergeant Pickles, which category would you like?
Give me the newer one.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Now I have no excuses.
All right, playlist is the first one. What British comedian and host of several Golden Globe Awards started his showbiz career as a pop singer in the late 1980s?
I'm guessing that would be Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais is correct.
I didn't know about the pop singer part, but I knew he's hosted all those Golden Globes. If you've
Yeah.
never seen his opening monologues at the Golden Globes, they're hilarious. I would recommend you go watch them.
Yeah, they're definitely a must-see.
I don't watch award shows, but if they ever host another one after that one he did a few years ago, I'm watching it.
Yeah, look it up. He's hosted, I think, 3 or 4 times, and almost all of them were that funny.
That funny? Really?
Yes, he holds nothing back.
No, he don't hold anything back. Okay, Sergeant Pickles. On this card, I went 2 for 2 because I actually knew the answer to this one. This is binge worthy. This is actually a show. There's like 4 or 5 seasons, and I only watched the first one because he's only in the first one. What actor played troubled detective Rust Cole, and that's spelled Cohle, in season 1 of True Detective?
Oh God.
Here's one you haven't watched, huh?
I did not watch this show. No, I'm not as big into the police and detective dramas.
This one I think you would like, Sergeant. This one, I'm not into a lot of the police ones either, but this one for some reason.
Dang.
I'll tell you what.
Josh Duhamel.
His other actor, the big actor in it, was Woody Harrelson. So that's why I liked it, because they're both really good actors. But
yeah, no idea.
Mike Fort, John, Joey. Have you
I
guys
actually know this one.
What was it again?
Was it Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew McConaughey. It was what actor played troubled detective Rust Cole in season 1 of True Detective?
Imagine that.
Matthew McConaughey. I think you'd like it, Sergeant Pickles. This one, it's like a 10 episode season, so it was on HBO, so it's a really good one.
Nice. All right.
Here's news alert. What student organized demonstration in March of 2018 became the biggest single-day protest against gun violence in history?
Oh, God. It had like a specific name?
It did. They should have called it Raid on Tie Guy's house, because I got enough ammo and enough weapons, and guess what? You ain't getting them.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the stupid name of that thing.
Hillbilly Septic asks, "What do you know what I like about high school girls? Are we talking cougar moms? I don't know."
I don't know. I have no idea what it was called.
Does anybody know what that student organized?
That was the Parkland thing, wasn't it? That was that Parkland thing. So that was like March for Our Lives or something like that.
Yep, it was March for Our Lives.
Huh?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I had no clue. Okay, the next one, Sergeant Pickles, is culture. What smartphone accessory did major museums start banning in 2015, fearing that it might damage exhibits?
I'm guessing a selfie stick.
That would be the best guess you could give. That is correct. Selfie stick.
Yeah. You don't see as many these days, but there's still a few.
All right. Now we're up to Game On. What 2018 game rated one of the worst games of the year by Metro follows a former elite soldier named Ian who can astral project. Yeah.
Oh, God. This is a game?
Yeah. The game actually ranked 5th worst overall, but in 2018, it was rated one of the worst games of the year by Metro.
I want to say Destiny. That's definitely not right. I don't know. I don't have a guess.
Anybody know what the game name is?
No clue.
It was called Past Cure.
No idea. I don't play a ton of video games, and I definitely don't play the 5th worst rated of the year.
Yeah, at least you hope not, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's Break the Internet. And I've actually heard of this person. Unfortunately, I couldn't pick her out of a lineup, but I know the name. Which swimsuit model got her big break in 2011 when a video of her dancing the Dougie at a Los Angeles Clippers game went viral?
Only guess would be Kate Upton.
There you go. Kate Upton. You got 3 out of 6.
She's married to Justin Verlander, the baseball pitcher now.
Yeah, like I said, I've heard the name, but there's no way in the world I could pick her out of a lineup.
That's because if she turns sideways, she's invisible.
All right. Mike Ford.
Did I get 2 or 3 out of that one? I think only 2.
You got 3 out of that one.
Oh, not bad.
Is it my turn or Mike's? Whose turn is it? Mike's?
It's Joey's turn.
My turn?
Yep.
Give me the 91 and back.
All right. Here we go. 91 and back. What mountain? Okay, this is geography. What mountain dropped 1,313 feet in 1980?
Oh, jeez.
I used to be able to see it from where I live.
What mountain?
Dropped
Let me get if I got this right. What
1,000
mountain? 1,380 feet.
1,313 feet.
That
gave you a
that's in
hint, Joey,
1980.
come
That was
on.
when St. Helens erupted. So I'll say Mount St. Helens.
That's a good guess. Mount St. Helens is correct.
So I don't know where it went, but my mom had a jar, a mason jar she left outside for 2 or 3 days. It filled all the way top to the top with ash. And over 10 or 20 years, it literally compressed into a 1-inch layer of basically concrete at the bottom of this 6-inch tall mason jar.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know where it is now. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but yeah. If you ever make it out, I would suggest visiting Mount St. Helens. It's pretty crazy to see half the mountainside blown off.
Oh, yeah, that would.
But yeah, and I've attempted to hike it. I did not make it all the way to the top, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, my hiking days are over. I'm not going to be hiking every.
Yeah, it's still like an 8,000 foot tall mountain.
Yeah. Okay. Joey, you need to call Traveling Fools if you don't know this one, because Traveling Fools will tell you this one in a second. This is entertainment. What Monty Python movie was banned in Scotland?
I'm trying to think of which one would be the most offensive to Scottish people.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one too. Probably Holy Grail, I would think. Holy Grail?
Holy Grail is a great guess, but it is wrong. John, Mike, Sergeant Pickles, do you guys know what Monty Python movie was banned in Scotland?
Life of Brian?
Life of Brian is correct.
What? That's
Yeah,
so
why?
Yep.
I think it was blasphemous or something.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it. I'd have to give it a rewatch.
Now, I'll tell you what, the Holy Grail. Oh, it's nearly a scratch. Oh, nearly a flesh wound. Come back, you coward.
I spit in your general direction.
Yeah, I mean, Monty Python's was awesome. All right, Joey. We're up to history. Who said England expects every man will do his duty?
Boy, don't that just sound like something that Winston Churchill would say? But he, God, what was his name? I know who said that.
Peace in our time.
Oh my God. Yeah. Jesus, what was the hell was his name?
Oh, crap. No, I'm blanking on his name.
England expects every man will do his duty.
Yeah.
Are we thinking about the wrong
I'm
time?
trying. I know his name. I know his name. Give me a second. I'm trying to think. Oh my God. That's Nelson. God, what was his name? Was he a Lord? He was Lord Nelson. Lord Nelson. So Nelson, but I can't remember
No,
his
he wasn't
name.
a lord. He wasn't a lord.
No. Is it the guy we're clearly thinking of?
Am I thinking the wrong? Am I thinking the wrong
No,
guy?
Joey's got the right guy.
Not
He
Churchill, but the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget his name too.
He got the last name right. I'll give it to you, Joey.
I thought it was Neville Chamberlain.
What the hell's his name?
It was Admiral Horatio Nelson.
Horatio.
Not the guy I
Horatio.
was thinking of.
Now, every time I hear his name, it makes me think. And have you guys all watched the Andy Griffith Show? Do you guys know who the Andy Griffith Show was? Did you ever watch it? Yeah. Have you guys ever watched the Andy Griffith Show where it talked about a ratio? where Opie was having trouble with his math with ratios, and his dad tried to help him, and he goes, "Well, it's a half a boy," and Opie goes, "I ain't never saw one of them before, Pa." And he goes, "One of what?" He goes, "A half a boy." He goes, "No, it's a ratio," and he goes, "Pour a ratio." You know, if you ever can Google that one, you gotta watch, because it was just funny as hell. Because Andy Griffith goes, "Well, it's a ratio, you know." Well, what's that? He goes, "Well, it's a half a boy." He goes, "I ain't never saw one of them, Pa." "One of what?" "A half a boy." You know, it's like,
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Jeez.
yeah, no, I mean, and the other funny thing about Andy Griffith is when you stop and think about it, the only person married on the Andy Griffith Show was Otis, and he was a drunk and put himself in jail. Everybody else was happy, and they were not married. So
Very, very true.
think about that.
Speak a lot of truth.
All right, Joey, so far we're 2 out of 3. Here's your art and literature. Who eloped with the Pussycat?
Oh my God, that's a friggin' nursery rhyme, isn't it?
Yep.
You bet. Who eloped with the pussycat? You bet. Who eloped with the pussycat? That has to be
No
what
cheating,
was
Joey.
that? I'm trying to get my wife to help me. Oh shit.
It's fair for Joey because Joey don't have Siri because his computer sucks. He has a
That's
vet.
right. I don't have stereo. Y'all gotta bear with me. I know what that is. It's a damn bird of some kind. Was it a dove?
A dove is incorrect. Does anybody know who eloped with the Pussycat?
No.
The story was called The Owl and the Pussycat.
Friggin' owl.
Huh.
It's a damn bird.
That's a new one.
Yep. All right. Science and nature. And if you know these guys, then you got a 50-50 chance, okay?
Okay.
Which of the Wright brothers flew their plane based on a toss of a 50-cent piece?
God. That's a 50-50 shot, huh? Well,
Yeah,
let's
it's
just say
well, like
it
I said, it's 50-50 if you know who the two brothers' names were.
yeah. So it's I'm gonna say it was Orville.
Orville is correct. Do you know who the other brother was?
Wilbur.
Wilbur. Yep. All right. Sports and leisure. Joey, you better get this one right. I'm telling you. You're 3 out of 5. You got to get this one right. What team lost the first Super Bowl?
Oh, geez.
Ooh.
Everybody
We've
knows who
had
won
that
it.
one 1,000 times.
Who lost it?
Oh yeah, we know who won it.
I'm pretty sure I know both.
Oh my God, that. Yeah, we had this, and I got to think of the first Super Bowl. It was Green Bay that won it. They
Yeah.
played. I think they played Kansas City. I'm gonna say Kansas City.
Kansas City
Yep.
is correct.
The chefs.
The
I was
chef
hoping you were
did
going
it.
to say the Raiders.
There you go. Oh man, look at
Ooh.
John's got it hooked up for us.
John's ready, man. He got the
Visual
Packers
reference.
and the Chiefs. He's all ready.
I also got them on this.
Oh,
There you go.
Ah, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
That's the one that matters.
Man, this.
Hey,
Oh,
look at
he's
that.
got Doves.
Oh,
Sergeant
God.
Pickles.
People just found himself a soul.
Classic.
Throw that West
Mhm.
Virginia one back up there again. Show everybody them pretty colors. There you go.
Hey,
That's
John,
the one that matters.
John, you have to have an Alabama one, right?
oh no.
Nah, that's nasty.
Fortunately, I don't. I might have a Big Ten.
He's
Ah,
got to
very
get
good.
the SEC pack.
Yeah, I don't have that. I one
you
it is,
go.
except it's not available anymore on Amazon.
Okay.
They're adding teams, so they stopped selling the current
Yeah.
one.
They started adding teams, and they're like, "Hey, wait a minute."
Which
We can make more money off this.
I'm very upset about that. I got three of. I got them on three. I need the other
The other two,
two.
you need the ACC
Yep.
and the SEC.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Hey, Mike, which one would you like?
Oh, I guess I'll torture myself and go for that new one, the 2010 to 2020 one.
All right. Let's see how you do on the decades.
Yeah, Joey, you were talking about such beautiful original colors. I can't think of a single other person in this chat room who shares the same colors as you.
Yeah, we're all blue guys.
Yeah. Not one single one, huh?
Not one comes to mind, or even your most hated rival over the border.
Yeah.
All
There's
right.
a lot of
you
gold
guys-
and blue out there, isn't there?
I'm sure there's another purple and gold somewhere, but I can't think of one.
LSU.
LSU.
Close.
It's yellow. I mean,
Yeah, it's like
not
the
gold.
marigold gold.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
Anyways,
Good news. You're not going to go over on this one. You're going to get the first one right off the bat.
All right.
It's called Playlist. What Born in the USA rocker published a kid's book about a bank robbing baby, which shares its title with one of his songs.
That'd be the boss.
That's Bruce Springsteen himself, and the 2014 book is titled Outlaw Pete. All right. Here goes binge worthy. I'm sure you've watched this show. I doubt you even know the name of it. What surrealist rom-com stars Jay Barchel as a guy looking for the right girl and includes a date with an actual troll? Yeah, that's what I said, Mike. I'm sure you've watched this show. Yeah.
I'd like to pass, host.
What was that?
I'd like to pass, host.
Yeah. Does anybody know the name of that show?
I no. I'm sure I heard about it at some point.
It's called Man Seeking Woman.
Never heard of it.
All right, here we go with news alert. Under what mysterious British site did scientists using high-tech tools find evidence of a huge complex of ancient monuments in 2014? Under what mysterious British site? Don't overthink this.
Oh! Stonehenge?
Stonehenge is correct.
There you
I
go.
thought you meant website. I'm like, what's a British website?
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, I get it. Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, then, yeah, Stonehenge. I was sitting there thinking, I thought you meant website. So my mind got pushed in some other different direction.
All right. The good news is you get a 1 in 3 chance in this. It's culture. According to Deloitte, what percentage of Americans still paid for traditional TV in 2019? Was it 37%, 48%, or 65%?
I'll say 65%.
65% is correct. You're 3 out of 4 so far.
Man, I normally these new millennial questions suck, but hey, whatever's working.
All right, here's game on. In what snake-inspired game, which blew up in 2016, do players maneuver a worm and devour glowing lights?
Yeah, I got nothing.
John, do you know what it is?
I believe so. I think it's like a Galio or something. I think.
No. Sergeant Pickles or Joey, do you know?
No.
Was it
It
glowworm?
was called Slither.io.
Ah, that makes sense.
That was it. It was Slither.
Never heard of it.
Okay. This is Break the Internet. Antoine Dodson became an early viral sensation when he told people to do what with their wife and kids?
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide. Is that good?
Mike?
Out here?
Mike, you just did 4 out of 6. Good
You
job.
don't have to come and confess. You looking for you. We're gonna find you. We're gonna find you.
He's clearly seen the music video version.
Oh, I've seen that one a
Honestly,
million times.
I had no idea what that one was.
Oh, that's.
I didn't either. I was lost. I didn't have any idea.
Oh,
No.
you gotta
Mike starts
Google
singing
the-
it like it's just something really popular. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Mike's singing it like it's, an everyday, like a.
Oh, you got to Google. It's called the Bed Intruder song. It's
Alright.
set to hip hop music. It's hilarious. It's absolutely
Alright.
hilarious.
I'll
One of
check
those things
that
where a
one out.
particularly quirky individual was on one of those live news broadcasts and said some interesting things.
Yeah. that was
Unfortunately, I can't Google nothing. I'm lucky I'm even here.
great.
Okay, hey, we got Gumby, we got Hillbilly, we got Edward, we got Roger. Do any of you guys want to come in and answer a question? I'll put the link in if you guys want to come in and just try a question. Try a card. It's not that hard. Don't be embarrassed. I've got 0 a few times. It's happening.
Starting right now, everybody gets one chance. The first person to do 6 out of 6, I'll send you a prize. Gotta get 6 out of 6 on any card. I don't care what card it is. 6 out of 6, I'll send you something. Somebody won something a couple weeks ago, and nobody ever sent me their address. Who was that?
Well, that person's
That you
sitting
might-
in here watching TV. He's not paying attention to us right now. Mike, are you there, Mike?
Mike's a multitasker.
So anyway, first person to come in and answer 6 out of 6, I'll send you something. And that goes for anybody in the panel here too. But you got to be. You get one chance to go 6 out of 6.
I'll send you something.
Here we go.
Here too. But you gotta be. You get one chance.
What's going on, man?
Someone's got YouTube on loud.
Here we go.
Gotta be.
Oh, I think it's him. There he goes.
Yeah, it was me.
Well, let me tell you what. A guy who has a beard like
Yeah.
that, he's definitely going to do good in trivia. I got a feeling.
I haven't even brushed
Yeah.
it yet. It comes down to-
Yeah, he gets the Genesis edition. He
Hillbilly,
definitely gets Genesis
honestly,
edition. 81 and back.
I shave every month, Hillbilly, because if I go 2 months or 3 months without shaving, everybody calls me Santa Claus. It's all white, and I mean, everybody calls me Santa Claus. So I don't grow my beard out.
I saw you.
if they see me out at night, they call me the Sasquatch.
There you go. You know what, Skeptic? I've been called a hell of a lot worse than that. So, I'll take you.
Oh, by the way, Jeff, hoorah, brother.
Hoorah.
Got the
Oh, nice. Uncle Sam's Misguided Children.
got
Outstanding.
done in Jacksonville, like I guess a million other Marines.
There you go. Sergeant Pickles is a jarhead, too.
Hoorah, Sergeant Pickles.
Hooray!
I was
Yeah.
I was a winger though. I was a Harrier plane captain. Worked on the jump jets and stuff.
That explains that explains the hair.
Right.
Did you ever spend any time at Cherry Point, North Carolina?
Yeah, that's where I was stationed. There, VMA 542, the Flying Tigers.
Okay.
My I guess you could say like my war campaign. I got out just before 9/11, but I was part of Operation Allied Force. We went and turned Yugoslavia into a parking lot and left. A lot of people say, "Oh, you went to war." I was like, "That wasn't a war. That was a mini series on CNN, man."
Because let me get this right. Cherry Point,
I was
North
the
Carolina.
same way.
Cherry Point, North Carolina had MWHS2, right? Marine Wing Headquarters Squadron 2, if I remember right.
Right, and it was the headquarters of the 2nd Marine Air Wing and the 2nd.
Yep.
Marine.
And I don't remember all. I wasn't there, but I just visited. You guys had one air group that was what were they? They had the Spade logo, the card Spade.
Yeah, VMA 231. We shared a hangar with them.
Okay. Yep. No, I remember that. Like I said, I'm a jarhead I was jarhead back in '89, so trying to remember everything. But Cherry Point, I'll tell you what, I like Cherry Point. You're right outside of New Bern there, which is a really nice little town. And
the beach, well, that's one of the great things about North Carolina, where the Corps, like, man, we had the beach just right down the road there, Atlantic Beach.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, man, it's just too easy for young Marines to go down there and watch butt floss, man, all day long.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It gets you a lot of trouble around there, though. But it was, I'll tell you what, man, I got hurt, broke my kneecaps in boot camp, and they misdiagnosed it for 3.5 years. When we got back from the war, I got my skipper to sponsor me for MECEPS, which is where they take enlisted guys.
Commissioning.
Right. And he was going to make me a pilot, man. We got back from the war, and my plane dropped the most bombs and flew the most sorties. I just took care of my bird. We had nothing else to do out in the middle of the ocean. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And we got back, and he promoted me to corporal. That's when I became an NCO, and he asked me about, what I wanted to do, and I told him that I'd love to, maybe get in the cockpit. And he sponsored me. And then a week later, I was trying to pick up, trying to do a PFT, for promotion. And I couldn't finish the run. And then they found my kneecaps broken, and I was unfit for service.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
Yeah. I love the Corps, man. I'd still been there if it wasn't for that.
Man.
What's your questions? I don't mean to take up all the time.
Okay. I got the Genesis edition, which everybody has played if you play Trivial Pursuit. It's 1981 and back. I have a 10th anniversary, which is 1991 and back. I have a decades, which are new questions, 2010 to 2020. So
Pop luck, man. Just whatever you throw at me. Let's go.
let's do the 10th anniversary.
All right, Hillbilly. If you can get 6 out of 6, I'll send you a prize.
Here we go. The first category is geography. What U.S. state's highest point is Mount Hood?
Hey.
Is it Oregon?
Oregon is correct.
Thanks, Sergeant Pickles.
Sorry.
All right, entertainment. How much money did Jack Benny win on the $64,000 question?
Oh, $64,000.
You were close. If you took the zeros off, you would have been right. He won $64.
Was that the pyramid? Was that the 64,000? Or do you guys remember the one with the pyramid?
That was
the
100,000.
pyramid was called the pyramid game.
It was a $100,000 pyramid.
That's what it was, right?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. He's a jarhead, so he's going to get this history one right. What does blitzkrieg mean?
Ooh.
Blitzkrieg. I know what it is, but what the exact German term is, I know that's the method that Rommel introduced with his tank battles, right? To just overwhelm with the speed and maneuver.
Yep, they called it the blitzkrieg, but Do you know what Blitzkrieg meant?
Fast war, fast. I don't. You got me.
You're close. Tell them what it is, Sergeant Pickles. You remember?
The Lightning War.
Lightning War. Yep.
I knew it was something more, but I studied French instead of German.
The only French I know is the one that their military uses the most of, and that's surrender. Skeptic, I get a lot of people mad, but I tell people, they're like, well, you're a jarhead. What kind of gun? What's the best weapon to buy? And I tell everybody, if you get a chance, buy a French military rifle. It's never been fired and only dropped once. That's the one you want,
Yeah.
All right. Art and literature. Now, I know this is a scary category, but if you think about this, Skeptic, you should get this one pretty easy. What Egyptian writing material gave us the word paper?
Papyrus.
Papyrus is correct.
I actually knew something.
That's the problem with art and literature. I mean, you got to get lucky on them because some of them, are just terrible. And some, Okay. This is science and nature. What's Valentina Tereskova's claim to fame? Valentina Tereskova's claim to fame.
And this is science and nature.
Science and nature.
Valentina Tereskova.
Tereskova.
I want to say there's something about that last name, but
yeah. If you don't know it, once you hear it, you're going to be like, "Yeah, that's right." But
I'm blank, drawing a blank.
Does anybody else know who she was?
If it's Tereshkova, she was the first woman in space.
First woman in space.
Huh. Imagine that.
Hey, Todd Guy, we're kind of the same generation, kind of close. One of the worst things I remember when I was a kid was in '86 when the Challenger blew up. You remember they were taking that female teacher to space and stuff?
We talked, Christy, let's think, Christina.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We talked about that here on my show about a month and a half ago. And I said, what's surprising was I was in, I want to say 9th grade when that happened. And we watched it live, and I said, the sad thing is today, kids need counseling over stuff like that. And, we just went right on back to school. We didn't really get a break or nothing, but we just watched, a spaceship blow up and, 7 people lose their lives. And, we just kind of moved on from that, where today, hell, they'd probably cancel school for the rest of the day. And,
I don't know, man. We watched the second plane go into the tower on 9/11 from school, and we did not go home. They just shut it off real fast.
That was Christian McCulloch, is what we're trying to think of. Christian McCulloch was her name, wasn't it?
Yeah, McCulloch, yeah.
But that was still, you got to think. Yeah. I know it doesn't seem that long ago, but that was still 20 years ago, Sergeant Pickles.
Yeah, crazy.
I had just moved from West Virginia to North Carolina. And was renting a house down there, and I remember I was just sitting in the floor, eating a sandwich and watching TV, and it broke in and showed the space shuttle blowing up. I was sitting there by myself, so maybe I needed some therapy.
I try to tell these kids these days, man, they have no idea what it was like being a child, like in the 70s, and 80s, and that. Man, we had the best music, best TV, best movies. We were free. We didn't have any of this, pressure that they put on. You guys are talking about, you brought up there, Jeff, about, kids and needing, this mental conditioning. There's 5, I live, I know Joey knows what a holler is.
Yep.
You live in the mountains, right? You live in a holler.
Yeah.
That's right.
There are only 5 kids up my holler. 3 of them are being homeschooled because of nervous conditions.
Wow.
That you never heard of anything like that back when I was.
Well, and that's what I was saying the other day. I said on one of my shows, I said when I was born in 1970.
74.
So in the 70s, okay, you were 74. My brother was born June 13th, 74,
There you go.
actually. Okay, but I was saying in the 70s, when I was born, autism happened 1 in 100,000. And today it's down to 1 in 88.
I got
So
a
what has changed from the 70s to today to cause autism? You know, and the other big thing, and I make jokes of, and I tease my nephew, okay, because my nephew is allergy this, allergy that. I'm like, who in the hell can die because of a peanut or an ant? You know, I mean, in my day, we didn't have peanut allergies. You know, I mean, everything we had peanut in it or this and that. You know, and I said, unfortunately, today, you know, everybody they can't have gluten, they can't have nuts, they can't have, you know, it's like, what's going on? What happened from 70 to today to make all this stuff different?
You know, let me tell you how much different kids are now, right? I got a little 7-year-old, 8-year-old, you know, I'm his great uncle, little nephew, does nothing but play video games. Man, when I was his age, I had a Zebco 33. I had 4 or 5 bicycles tore apart. I had so many, you know, I could put a bicycle together in no time, man. I used to keep parts of bicycles laying around just in case I had friends come over who needed something to ride.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, where's your pocket knife? Where's your 22?
Yeah.
You know, when you going hunting, you know, where's your shotgun? I mean,
And Ty Guy and I were talking about the other day, back when we were all kids, everybody had baseball cards and we traded baseball cards.
yeah.
Well, and the other thing, Skeptic, I don't know if you were on the show I was talking, you know, we were talking about guns. I said every day of my life, I took a shotgun, a rifle, and a pistol to school.
Cool. Yeah.
Because we went hunting after school or we went trapping before school or, you know, you had to, but never in our wildest dreams would we have thought of pulling that out and pulling it on somebody.
Right. That,
you know, I mean.
it was like, you know, I tell people, you know, I was 8 years old. I used to chew tobacco.
Oh, yeah.
And now people, you know, think that that's something wrong. You're like, oh my goodness, let a kid do that? Man, when I was a kid, you know, I grew up on a farm. My daddy was a coal miner. You know, I worked in the coal mines for a while, but we had this old strip job up a holler here that we leased out and kept cattle on. You know, so I basically had like a ranch, you could say, kind of. I grew up, you know, just up, you know, and shoot, what was I getting? What was I trying to get? I do this all the time.
The tobacco.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? It was like, you know, we were always at the stock sales, you know, buying cows and pig, you know, doing all that. And, buddy, if you was a youngin at the stock sale and you didn't have a dip in your lip, you was the weirdo.
Yeah. See, I'm 52 years old, Skeptic. I quit chewing Copenhagen 7 years ago. I chewed for 40 years. I was around 5 when I put my first dip in. Yeah, you know.
My dad started me about 5 on them Skull Bandits.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. And I almost killed myself in 1990 in North Carolina because I never grew up around tobacco. But we found a tobacco field, and I'm like, fuck, I ain't buying tobacco. We went out and cut some. I didn't know you had to dry it longer than 2 weeks, and I put that in, and they rushed me to the hospital and said, man, that stuff will kill you. You got to dry it for over a year.
I think that, you know, they've got several kinds that they grow, you know, like for cigarettes. But
Right.
what many times in is like burley or something. You know, there's all kinds of tobacco growers around here. And, buddy, you take that stuff when it's just, you know, like just dry, you know, hanging in the barn, you know how they dry it out. You take a bite off that stuff then. Oh, yeah.
No, we hung it in the shower. I hung it in the Marine Corps. I hung it in the shower. I let it dry for 2 weeks thinking, what the hey? And I put that sucker in my mouth. I'll tell you what, I wanted to die. They rushed me and they said, dude, you're having tobacco poisoning. You got to let that dry. He said, you ain't from around here, are you? I said,
My
no,
property,
man,
my property down in Kentucky has a tobacco barn on it. It used to be a tobacco growing. It's what grew on property with tobacco. And
You know what?
So
My
it's
dad,
got a tobacco barn on it. You know,
my dad, around here in East Kentucky, it was very poor even back in the 50s and 60s. And, they didn't even have electricity around here where I'm at until like 68 or something like that. And my dad was born in 1951 in a one-room log house, basically like Abraham Lincoln. And so it's like doing things the old way. It's like that's what I was brought up on, and I'd say until I was about 12 years old, I'd say 30, 45, well, maybe an hour was the furthest I'd ever been away from my home. And then, I think I probably went to Michigan and Florida that time. And I'd never really been anywhere till I went to the Marine Corps.
That was the first time I got on a plane. Was they shipped me out to Hollywood to be a Marine. I'd never been on a plane before. And I tell people, Skeptic, I said, you know what? I was a poor kid. My dad made decent money. I mean, we had, a roof and that. We weren't dirt poor, but we weren't. But really, all I ever had growing up was I had all sports equipment. I had a baseball bat, a glove, a ball. I had basketball, football, But I tell people, I would rather be poor like I was growing up in the 70s than have the money for PS5 and all this fancy computers and stuff today. My childhood was better back then. I said, when my daughter was born, my brother had a daughter born a year after my daughter. And when she came over one time, she was like 7. Well, the rules at my house was you had to go outside and play for an hour, at least. And my niece started crying. I'm like, what are you crying about? I don't want to go out. I'm like, when I was your age, I would cry when my mom would call me in the house. What's wrong?
Man, do you remember fighting to knock the phone?
Yeah.
I remember when that phone would ring. I ain't getting it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't want it. No.
And now I can't get this thing out of my pocket.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because we would let it ring and ring and ring, and who cares? Especially, my dad. If it's dinner time,
forget it.
It don't matter who's calling. That phone's going to ring until we're done, And I mean, I try to tell kids today, we didn't have caller ID. We didn't, you didn't know who was calling, but that sucker would ring off the hook. Yep. And my dad would tell you, if you get your ass up from supper, you're going to get whooped. You're here until you're done eating, don't answer that phone.
See, that's how I know I grew up a little bit poorer, because we had that 30-foot coiled extended cord and a notepad next to the phone. That's how you wrote crap down.
Well, we didn't, for a long time, we didn't have a phone in the house. So when I was in junior high, if I wanted to talk to my girlfriend, I had to walk down to a payphone, and I think it was a nickel then to call. And I went down to payphone, and I'd call and talk to my girlfriend for a few hours on the phone. And then I go back up to the house. And I've done that every day. And it didn't matter if it was snow on the ground or it was freezing cold outside. I went down to that payphone booth and I shut the door just to get the wind off of me. And I sat there in the payphone booth talking to my girlfriend. But
that's what we call a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get, that's right. She just lived about 5 miles away, but yeah, we call and talk to each other. I mean, hell, I didn't have no way to, you can't ride a bike in a foot of snow. I don't know if you noticed that, but
what was it? Joey, I don't want to get you in trouble, buddy. You better watch what you
All right, Skeptic, let's get the last question.
Okay, sorry, that's right.
This is sports and leisure. What's a perfect score in a gymnastic exercise?
I know they do it like 1 through 10, right? So is it like a 10.0 or a
10.0 is correct.
Right.
So you got Oregon right, you got Papyrus right, and you got 10 right. You got 3 out of 6.
Ain't too bad. That's about average.
The
only people I ever seen get a 10 were the Russians, though, right? You remember the?
Oh yeah.
Remember how that used all those Russian judges in the Olympics?
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know West Virginia gal, old West Virginia gal, Mary Lou Retton, she got a 10.
Yeah, she did, man. Yeah. Well, she had her ankle was hurt too or something, wasn't it, when she did that?
Yeah. She had her ankle all wrapped up. She had sprained her ankle really bad.
And you know, I think about how people used to look up to those people. Mary Lou, you know,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was like, oh, if you was on the Wheaties box, right?
Yep.
You know, that's like old Bruce Jenner. You know, I don't know what's going on with him now, dude. But back in the day, he was the Iron Man, dude.
Yeah.
And you know, and you could look up to those people. But now,
Don't look up to Bruce Jenner now.
Yeah, I joke. I joke, you know, and this is just a joke out there, people, but you know, Howard Cosell would wonder what the hell's going on with Jenner and OJ. You know, he
Yeah.
was big fans of both of those, you know, back in the day, and he'd wonder what the hell happened.
imagine Cosell interviewing OJ. OJ, do you really expect us to believe with all your blood and all this found that you did not kill your wife?
Yeah.
They knew how to interview back then, man.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I loved Cosell. I mean,
Cosell and Ali together, man, that was must see
yeah.
TV right there, man.
Yeah, I always said if I could bring two back, it would be Cosell and Keith Jackson. I miss Keith Jackson. Whoa, Nelly. You know, I mean, I miss him.
For me, man, the one sports announcer, you know, being an old Kentucky fan, we had this old radio announcer, Kaywood Ledford, and he had you know, like a real specific tone to his voice, and it's like when he came on the radio, you knew it was Kaywood.
You just knew who it was. Yep.
And yeah, I miss that, man. I miss having that.
I was joking around. I don't know if you've heard. I live in Mexico City right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down in Mexico. I live in Mexico City, and I tell people, I said, you know, we all live in the United States, and we got the best sport in the world, college football. And those announcers a lot of times just make it sound. But I moved down here to Mexico City, and they have the boringest sport, soccer. And those guys announce it and make it sound so interesting. I said, just for once, I'd like to get these Mexican soccer announcers to come up to America and do a ball game. That would be a lot of fun. You
No,
know?
I'm serious.
That would be-
Go on YouTube and you can find YouTube videos of like Mexican or Hispanic calls of college and pro football games. They're amazing.
Yeah, I want to see that because they make it sound so you know, because they make soccer sound fun, you know, and it's
The
like, what can
Simpsons
they
did
do?
about that.
Soccer can be fun, but I see why people don't always love it.
You know, it's like, and I try to explain to, you know, Europeans and stuff when I talk to them about why we like football instead of soccer. It's like, you know, I can see soccer's fun, running up and down, trying, you know, kicking at each other. It's kind of like a motion game, like basketball. You have to stay moving, keep the ball moving. But football, you know, it's you could almost say it's borderline militaristic.
Yep.
You have, you know, and especially, you know, guys like me and you, Marines like us, man, we really appreciate the discipline and
Yep.
the teamwork, right? And you
All
know,
the strategy and all the
and you know, going into the enemy territory and right
and Skeptic, you'll like this, Skeptic, because when
That was Jeff's gig.
when I first moved down here, my wife's family's like, we need to go watch soccer. And I'm like, listen, if I want to spend 90 minutes and see no scoring, I'll bring two of my buddies to the bar. Okay. I don't have to watch soccer to watch 90 minutes of no scoring. I'll just take my buddies to the bar and it'll be more fun.
Hey Joey, let's run to Mexico City. We got a free invite now.
Yeah, I'm going.
Joey's coming.
I'm going to Mexico City. But I'm moving down there. I'm moving to Mexico. Yeah.
Why are you guys? Is there something going on down there? Something?
No, here's the thing, Skeptic. And after I explain this to you, you'll move down here. I'm on disability. Okay, so I'm limited income. 4 years ago, we had a condo built, a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. My payment is $92 a month. My electric bill averages $11 a month. My gas bill averages $18 every 2 months. And my water bill is $8 a month.
Yeah, that's
So for less than $200, I pay my house payment and all my utilities.
wow.
So I've been looking at apartments down there, Hillbilly, and I found a really nice modern apartment with, I mean, stainless steel appliances and everything, and they got a pool, top pool on it. It's a condo, and they got a rooftop pool, and it's just beautiful grounds and everything. And I can get it all in, all utilities paid for $390 a month. And I'm like,
Holy,
well, hell yeah, I'll do that.
And every Thursday, I have a maid come to my house, and she charges me $15.
you know,
Yeah, this apartment comes with maid service. They come in once a week. It also comes with maid service once a week. They come in, clean your apartment, and do all your towels and washcloths, laundry, and bed sheets. So it comes with that as well. It's right in the center of town, pretty much in Mexico City. I mean, you know, and you can go down the road and eat for a little bit of nothing. The food's so cheap.
Yeah, people laugh at me because, and you got to keep in mind, true tacos are not flour. They're corn tortillas. You know, but I get steak and homemade French fry tacos. I get 4 of them for less than $3.
man,
You know, I went grocery shopping. Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, blah, blah, blah. I spent less than $300 for the month. And we have a lot of steak.
that's
You know, so that's why I moved down here, because on a disability budget, I can't rent a place. I would pay more on an electric bill, more than likely, than I do on my housing and utilities combined. Because a lot of times in America, it's $150, $200 in the summertime to run your air conditioning, you know? So, I mean,
that's what it is at my house. I'm thinking, like right now, you know, I have gas heating, and that runs me probably, I think, about $70 a month, and my light bill is about 80. And now, you know, you got to think it's just me and my daughter here. You know, I'm a single dad, so I don't have a lot of, I guess you could say, demand. But I know my sister, her electric bill, you know, like you said, they can get up $300 a month. You know, but she's got a big old house and stuff like that.
right.
You know, it just reminds me, you know, like when I was in the Marine Corps and I went overseas, like how much you could do with American money back then overseas and like in different countries. I mean, it was as good as gold, man.
Yeah. You think of the stuff that we take for granted that they, you know, I mean, because when I first moved down here, I got yelled at a lot because I turned the water on and turn around and do something and go back, shut that water off. You know, you don't run the water down. I'm like, why? It's water. You know, it's not down here. It's not. That's like gold. You know, we run out of water sometimes, and you know, you just don't let it run or stuff like that. And it's like, you know, we take for granted that, you know, you go to the sink and there's water.
Yeah, real quick, guys. Sorry to follow Mike out the door, but I got to cut out early. Got to take care of some things before
Hey,
bed.
not a problem, man. It's after 11. Thanks for coming, Sergeant Pickles.
All right, take it easy. See
We'll
you
see you
guys.
next week, man.
Hey, Hillbilly, I'll tell you something. This is honest to goodness truth. When I started talking to Ty Guy about moving to Mexico and things, because my property in West Virginia is completely paid off. Okay, I've got 57 acres here, and I've got another 12 acres in Kentucky, and it's all paid off. I don't owe anything. I've got natural gas rights here on my property, so I don't even pay a power bill. I run a generator, but there's still maintenance on the generator, you know. And like the other night, my generator went out. I had to go pay $900 for a new generator. But you know, that's a rare occasion. You know, maybe once every 2 years I have to do that. So that's not bad. But here's the thing about it: I can move to Mexico and pay $390 a month from rent, and live cheaper than I can live here, completely paid off. And that's what's the shame about it. It's just when I figure everything up, and plus the fact that I do have 57 acres, and I'm you know, that I'm older than that, and then I got acres, so I can't keep doing the work around here, the maintenance work. And so I've been looking and thinking about, getting a condo, but here in America, my goodness, you can't afford a nice condo here in America, not for $390 a month, like you can in Mexico. But if you look at Pattaya in Thailand, do you know you can go there and get a beautiful, gorgeous hotel room? I mean, gorgeous, with everything, absolutely everything. I mean, you're talking. Some of these hotels have 3 and 4 swimming pools with gardens, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Sitting right on the beach, you can get those for $16 a night, and have maid service every single day.
If it wasn't for my little girl, well, it's not just her. Like on Discord on there, I go by the handle Yeshua's Man Mike. Do you guys know what Yeshua? You know what that is? That's the Hebrew name for Jesus.
Right.
I have
See you later, Roger Dodger. Thanks for coming.
I have a little congregation here that I teach, and that would probably be one of the only things, between that and my daughter, and that'd probably be the only things to keep me here is the work. Because guys, it's like I homeschooled my little girl. I just put her in a private school this year. They have these things. I'm sure you guys heard about it. These kids running around with these masks and stuff on, acting like animals and stuff. They got them down here, man, leading each other around the hallways with leashes and stuff. And I heard they had to put litter boxes in the bathrooms for the ones that think they're cats and stuff so they can piss in them.
Wow. Yeah. See, I mean,
I'd like to have grandkids one day, man. I don't want them around that kind of stuff.
No.
I mean, I don't want to be condemn everybody. You know what I'm saying? We all got our problems and we've all made mistakes. None of us are free of sin.
Yeah, I made plenty of mistakes.
But man, the stuff that's going on these days is just.
I couldn't be a 20-something today. There's no way. I could not be a 20-something today. There's no.
Ty Guy, Joey, Jeff and Joey, this is something that I explained to my dad. I thought about this. Like, why are things so different? It's like it's kind of the same, but it's different. I remember when I was young, right? Everybody was still in sin. But it's like I believe though that everybody was trying to do better. Right? That's what life was. Everybody's lost and has problems, but we all know what's right, and that's what we're trying to get to. Not all of us make it.
Right.
But now it's like there is no right and wrong. It's just whatever.
Yeah, everything's right today, and then everything's topsy-turvy, and I mean,
nobody believes in, the thing about it is no one these days believes in God. That doesn't seem like. It seems like anymore. And I don't have that much faith. I don't have enough faith to not believe in God, because I'm just one of them type that thinks that this world, there's no way that you can tell me that a bunch of rocks just all of a sudden got together and formed this perfect world that we're living in without somebody's, divine intervention. Right. You can take a Timex watch and bust it up into 1,000 pieces and put it in a bag and shake it for 20 billion